the Rio Dulce has many little side arms to explore. And one day, Tom, Maria, and me, we went into one of those little river arms to go for a hike through the lush rainforest. At the end of this little sticky hike, there is a beautiful and very refreshing waterfall, and we just jumped in and had a good time over there. Unfortunately, it was already time for Maria to fly back home to Panama, and I went to a little road trip to Lago Atitlan just to take a little short boat break. Well, I'm at the beautiful Lago Atitlan here in Guatemala. I'm just spending a couple of days away from Karl because Maria has just left and I brought her to the airport. And sometimes when people leave, it's just easier to take 1 or 2 days off the boat so you don't come back and feel lonely, but you know, you have a little thing in between. So I decided to come up here and I spent some time over at the other side of the lake in Panajache. Then I took the lancha over to San Pedro, where I'm now. Well, it's a pretty touristy place here. I did go for a walk at the far end of the town where it's a bit less touristy, and that was actually nice to see all the women in the traditional clothing and everything in the market. I've been enjoying the beautiful view of the lake, and finally I decided that I'm gonna go on this sunrise volcano hike up the volcano San Pedro. I didn't really bring any shoes, I just brought some flip-flops, so I asked around if I could borrow someone's shoes. Obviously everyone is super happy about that idea. But finally I found a pair of Converse Chucks that actually fit me more or less. So I'm gonna wear those. Alright, so we're on our way to climb this volcano San Pedro. It's 2:40 at night. The transportation just didn't come because it was raining, so they thought we're not gonna go, but no one actually told us. So now after waiting half an hour, we're ready. We're actually here at the entrance of the park, and we're gonna try to climb this volcano, and I hope it's not gonna rain because none of us has a rain jacket. Alright, let's go.
En San Marcos, allá en el departamento, ahí sí tenemos un volcán muy grande.
También.
Sí.
¿Cómo se llama?
Tajomulco.
Tajomulco. Tajomulco.
Sí, pero es el
esto es el más grande de
Centroamérica.
De Centroamérica, ¿no?
Exacto.
Hiking up the volcano San Pedro at night was quite the adventure. It was pretty wet and slippery, and well, obviously you couldn't see where you're going, and it was also quite steep. But we did make it to the top just before the sunset, and it was just amazing to see the clouds float like above the lake and around the volcano tops.
Es una flor, es pata de chicken.
Pata de chicken. It's a chicken foot.
Sí, es pata de pollo.
Pata de pollo, sí.
Oh, sí.
Tastes like beer. Hay un montón. The way down was a little easier since we could see where we're actually going. The scenery was pretty, and our guide was telling us the most hilarious story about he grew up and what happens when your parents actually tell you like little fairy tales about how babies are being received. It was quite the laugh, actually.
Y eso tomaban y se calmaban.
Well, that's about it. That's what I'm doing at the moment. Also, I had a couple of really good shakes and some good food and spoiling myself a little bit, but don't tell anyone. Well, the reason I'm here also is because Karl has to go on the hard eventually, and I'm kind of pushing that date as far away as I can, because it's never really fun being up at the hard. But more about that next week.